everybody and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. It has just had a massive downpour here and my poor neighbour has just washed his van and I feel so sorry for him. Anyway, so let's get on. This is part 2 of my Johanna Basford completed pages, and I thought I would start with the first ever adult colouring book I ever got, and that was Lost Ocean. I'll just start opening the pages and see where we get to. So yeah, this was the first colouring book I've ever got. I'm not very good at starting straight with the title page or the nameplates for that matter. I just tend to pick images that I like and go from there. So that's this one. This is a combination, I think, of colouring pencils and fine liners. The turtles in the middle are definitely pencils, and then everything else, I think actually this bit, all this round bit in the middle is pencil. These turtles are pencil, these fish are pencil, and then there's these fish I think are pens, and that's Staedtler Triplus fine liner, and then like the in-between bits are all fine liners. And I think this was probably one of the second images I ever did. And I think I would do it very differently now. I'd probably make all the fish uniform, but I sometimes go a bit overboard with all my colours. So, yeah, that's one. I quite like it. I think it's quite pretty. But yeah, I think that was the second one I ever did. This is the first one I ever did, and I remembered colouring it in and just going, why are my colouring pencils not as vibrant as everybody else's? And I spoke to my best friend and she said, oh, you need to get better quality colouring pencils. I'm not sure that's entirely true now, given everything I've read and watched. I think it's probably that I actually just need to be more patient and do much more layering with the colouring pencils. But I think these ones I had were very cheap, like Sainsbury's Own or W.H. Smith. And I just was so disappointed with the way it came out. And there's stencil on this, and then there's fine liners. Because she said, oh, you could go for much better pencils or do fine liners. And then I tried fine liners. I was like, oh, yeah, I can see they're much more vibrant. But obviously with fine liners, you can get some effects because I've been experimenting with them myself. But it tends for me to be very much block colouring. So that was the first double page I ever did in an adult colouring book. And I think I've come a long way since then. It's really nice to see your first ever picture. Then this I think was probably the third image. Again, I was experimenting with colour pencils. Fish is all coloured pencils, and then the outline is fine liners. In Lost Ocean, there are so many really, really small details that I would find it very difficult to do in pencils. There's stuff like this border is ideal for fine liners for me. And that's all colouring pencils. And I think at that time, this was probably Ergo Softs that I was using. I can see a little bit of sparkly in there, so there might be some gel pen in there as well. But again, this was fairly early on in my colouring journey, because this, like I said, was the first book I ever bought. Let's have a look. Where's the next one? This one is more recent. It looks again like Ergo Soft again, which was one of the first things. And I think I was getting used to pencils and using them. I don't really think I understood much about, or maybe I did. There's a little bit of shading on the flowers here, but I don't think I understood it probably as much as I do now. I don't know. But I'd probably do the background much differently if I did it again. Quite like the colours with the kind of male and female seahorse. Again, I think I've grown a lot since then. There'll probably be a lot more glitter, that's for sure. So this is a fairly recent one. I don't know if you can see the difference, but yeah. Really like the sails, background's distress ink with some stickles. This is Ecoline brush watermarkers with some enchanted shimmer over the top. I think you can probably, and then there's pencils with fine liners on the boat. I really think you can see how far I've come with that one. With that picture. I think I have much more of a vision of how I want my pictures to turn out. I'm much more rather than just going, right, it's just going to be any old colour. I think I'm much more like, this is going to be that, that's going to be that, before I start. Sometimes I'm just very much, well, I'm just going to start and then go from there. But I think this one I had a much better idea. This one's a very old one. All fine liners and gel pens. I think I might go back in with this one and add a background. But I really like the kind of rainbow effect. Again, there was no plan for this. That's fairly obvious to me. No plan, any colours I fancy putting together. I probably will go back and do a background with this. Maybe put some bubbles in or something like that. If I feel like it, I'm not sure. Don't know. It looks nice. It looks pretty enough as it is, but I might go back. Don't know. I remember this one. This one took forever. It's all fine liners. I knew I wanted a rainbow going down. I've seen so many different versions of this page. It's just one of those pages that you just have to keep going back to. Love it. I'll probably do it differently next time. I probably section it off and do colours that way. But yeah, love this page. It's just great. Again, fairly early fine liner colouring for me. What's next? It's probably my mess next. Yeah, it looks so much coming up to my mess. We're getting there. Oh yes, this one is very recent and it's a big old mess. Really not happy with how this one turned out. Lots of acrylic, sparkly, metallic paint. Lots of gel pen, lots of Posca pen. I just shouldn't have used so much acrylic paint. I should have just done one colour. I should have just kept it simple. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. But yeah, really not happy with how it turned out. But whatever, it's fine. I will deal with it. And I just put some greaseproof paper over to protect the pages. Oh yeah, then on the back, as you can see, I had bleed through. This one I think I did in probably December 2020, and I think I got my Black Widow pencils for the first time and tried them out. I did some graduating backgrounds. Blending's not brilliant, not much shading, but starting to think about colour combinations. You know, fish of match, a bit more matching. So I think you can see the growth on that one. Quite like how it turned out. Just wish I didn't have the bleed through, but I could probably save that by doing a distress ink background. But it was really pretty when I didn't have the bleed through. So yeah, that's that one. And that may well be the final one I have in this book. I'll just have a quick look. Yes, I think it is. So that is all my completed pages in Lost Ocean. I will be back with part 3 with Secret Garden and Enchanted Forest very soon. Keep well, everybody. Happy colouring. See you again soon. Bye.